Wondering what it costs to actually live in the largest city in the Midwest? In this video, I reveal the truth about the cost of living in Chicago, Illinois, from the daily expenses to housing to entertainment, jobs, and more. So stick around to find out. What is happening, everybody? This is Austin Weiss, your go-to real estate resource right here in the Chicagoland area. If you're brand new to my channel or returning, make sure to hit that subscribe button and tap that bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos all about what it's like to work, eat, live, and of course play, because who doesn't want to have a little bit of fun, especially in the Chicagoland area. If you're ever thinking about making a move, whether it's to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, you can always reach me by phone, shoot me a text, or send me an email. Heck, if you do all three, coffee's on me. So Chicago boasts a relatively stable job market with rapid growth and some fantastic salary opportunities, a diversity of neighborhoods, lakefront living, robust public transportation, and awesome nightlife. Now, it's not as affordable as some of these smaller major Midwest cities, but it is a bargain when compared to NYC, LA, San Francisco, Miami, and a few other major US cities. So we will touch on that a little bit later in this video. But without any further delay, let's hop into the very first cost of living topic, which is housing, and that should be your most significant monthly expense. Now, housing costs will vary considerably in the city of Chicago depending on which neighborhood you choose to live in, with the median sale price of a home in the entire city being just over $300,000. If you're looking for a detached home, expect to pay double or even triple that. And 1 to 2 bed condos typically go for somewhere in the mid 300s, upwards of $400,000. And if you need to park your car, expect to pay 25 grand plus for a parking spot. If you're curious to know more about condo living, I did a video about everything to know about condos, which you can click and watch right here. Now, on the purchase side of real estate in Chicago, there is a transfer tax stamp that the buyer is required to pay. It's going to be about $7.50 per every $1,000 of value on the purchase price. So I'll let you guys do your own math at home based on whatever price point you're looking at. And as far as property tax, you're going to be somewhere in the range of 2.25% to about 2.5%. I've seen it lower and higher, but that's going to most likely going to fall into that range. And then whatever HOA fees, so it's going to be a few $100s up to a few $1,000s depending on how nice of a complex you're purchasing in. If you want to know specifics about closing costs here in Illinois, I'll put a link to my video all about closing costs in the description below. Let's wrap up housing by talking about rents here in the city of Chicago. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 bed rentals will vary significantly in price, and of course will vary significantly depending on which neighborhood you're looking to live in. Now, most websites, the median and average rental price will only give you the average for the entire city of Chicago, which really isn't relevant to your search because you're probably only looking in 2 or 3 different neighborhoods that you have desire to live in. So I found a fantastic resource called Zumper, which really compares different neighborhoods side by side and then allows you to click on specific rental properties that fit your needs based on your budget. So I will link that down below for you guys to browse on your own. Next up is transportation. Now, if you can avoid having a car, do it. I have lots of different friends that do not have cars and they don't even have a license because they haven't driven in years. They utilize public transportation as much as possible. City vehicle tax will be anywhere from $85 to $140 depending on what type of vehicle you drive. Now, if you can't park in a garage, you're going to be stuck to residential street parking, and that's going to be $8 for a sheet of 15 stickers with an upwards limit of 45 stickers in a 30-day period. You're literally peeling off the sticker and sticking it on your windshield of your car. Now, gas in the city will be inflated compared to the Chicago suburbs, so if you can wait to fill up your tank in the suburbs, I'd highly recommend to do so. If you own an oversized truck, you can forget about it. They're pretty much banned in the city. I'm not really sure why you'd want to drive that around in the narrow streets and dealing with all the narrow parking spots as well. So if you're looking for information about car insurance and different quotes and prices, I can put some information down in the link below. And we have tollways here in Illinois, so you're definitely going to need an I-Pass if you want to get around and not be fined by the state of Illinois. You basically just attach your credit card to a piece of plastic and put it in your windshield, and every time you go through the tolls, it charges it automatically. All in all, just utilize public transportation, buy a bike or Uber everywhere. Now, public transportation is extremely affordable in the city of Chicago, with a CTA train ticket only costing $3, and you can pretty much get wherever you want to go in the city. Quick tip, if you get off at a train stop and you still have to catch another train to get somewhere else, you don't have to go out of the station and rebuy a ticket. Just wait there on the platform and then hop onto your next train. And if you want more than one ticket or a one-way ticket, they do have weekend passes, 10-day and 30 days, with the 30-day pass being $105 for that 30-day period. But if you're like me and you love the outdoors, definitely take advantage of the divvy bikes and the scooters. They're super fun to zip around the streets and get to wherever you need to go. All right, so let's talk about one of the most frequently asked questions I receive, especially from people moving out of town or maybe upsizing or downsizing, and that's utilities cost. Now, these will vary considerably depending on how much square footage you have and, of course, your usage rate. So I'm talking about electricity, heating, cooling, water, and of course garbage. So typically for about 1,000 square feet apartment condo in the city of Chicago, you're going to be roughly about $150 per month. For a house, I would double or maybe even triple that depending on your usage and square footage. Now in the winter, your utility bill will be significantly greater than it will be in the summer because you're paying for heating and more lights on your electricity bill. Now for condos, if you're submitting any offers on a condo, your HOA fees sometimes include a cable internet package and maybe water. So I always ask about that before we decide to make an offer on any property. And if you are renting, sometimes the utilities are included in the rent. So definitely ask the landlord or owner before submitting any lease application on a property to make sure it's going to fit your budget ahead of time and you're familiar with all the expenses per month. All right, let's dive into something a little bit more fun to talk about, and that's the food and entertainment. Now, Chicago is known for being the best food city in America. So of course you can find great restaurants no matter which neighborhood you're in. But for a couple out on the town for a meal and some drinks and maybe an appetizer, you're going to be about $75 per couple at a decent restaurant. Could you find something significantly more expensive? Absolutely, but on average, you're going to be about $75 per couple per meal out on the town. Now, if you want to go out and catch a game, maybe Wrigley Field, United Center, those are my two favorite places to go. It's going to be anywhere from $200 to $300 every time you buy 2 tickets, maybe a couple drinks at the game, and a meal. So definitely budget for that if you're going out with a larger family. Now, as far as groceries are concerned, for a family of 4, you're probably looking at about $200 per week. And the main shopping areas are going to be Mariano's, Whole Foods, and of course the Chicago staple, Jewel Osco. You can always find a Walmart and a Target, and if you live on the outskirts of town, you probably could find a Sam's Club or Costco if you want to buy in bulk. The sales tax in the city of Chicago is 10.25%, and that's the state of Illinois, Cook County, and Chicago combined. Now, to wrap up what things cost in the city of Chicago, let's cover healthcare and childcare costs, and then I will cover what your salary would actually get you in the city of Chicago compared to some of the major cities here in America. So for healthcare, if for some reason it's not covered by your employer, expect to pay for a family of 4 somewhere over $1,000 for half decent healthcare coverage. For childcare coverage here in the city of Chicago, it's really popular to have an in-home service such as a nanny. I would highly recommend you check out care.com. I'll put a link in the description below. But it's going to be somewhere in the vicinity of $1,600 a month to hire a nanny for in-home. And that's going to be dependent on how many children you actually have. Now, depending on which neighborhood you choose to live in, the public schools are really hit or miss in the city of Chicago. So if you are planning to pay for private school education, you're going to be somewhere in the ballpark of $15,000 to $30,000 for tuition per year. And that's going to also be dependent on how many children you have. There is some financial aid available, but that will be dependent on your income and personal situation. And if you don't want to pay for that private school tuition, you can always take advantage of some of the top school districts in the country out in the Chicago suburbs. You can watch my top 10 Western Chicago suburb school districts video right here. It'll talk about the best areas, the best schools, and what's right for you. The commute really isn't that bad. We have a metro train system here in Chicago as well as an expressway system. So if you do happen to work in the city, you can get in the city fairly quickly. Now that we've covered what everything pretty much costs, let's go over salaries and purchasing power. So the state of Illinois has an income tax rate of 4.95% with the median household income in the city of Chicago being $57,000, but there are plenty of job opportunities in the six-figure salary range. So let's hop onto my computer screen and we'll do some quick comparisons of what you would make in Chicago versus other major cities across the country. All right, I'm on NerdWallet's cost of living calculator. This is a fantastic resource when comparing where you currently live to wherever you're planning to move to. So I typed in Chicago, Illinois, based on $100,000 salary income, and it gives you 6 major cities across the country of what you would need to make in those next cities, those next destinations in order to have a comparable lifestyle as far as purchasing power. You can type in specific areas if you want, so let's just use Boston, Massachusetts as an example. So you can see in Boston, you'd have to make roughly $23,000 more in income to have a comparable purchasing power and quality of life. And then it gives you some great resources such as housing costs, transportation, food costs, and other essentials. I will put this link down in the description box below so you guys can kind of play around with it on your own. And if you have any additional questions about the cost of living here in Chicago, different areas to consider when moving here, or anything real estate related in general, you're always welcome to give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email, and I would love for the opportunity to help you out in any way. But until next time, I'll catch you guys later.